It's an absolute honor today to be joined by Dr. Charlie Xu, who is a co-founder and CTO of Andes Technology. After earning both his BSEE and MSCS in Taiwan, Charlie moved to the US and spent over 12 years in Silicon Valley, where he built his technical career at various startups like Silicon Graphics and CQ Microsystems and Afara, steadily increasing his responsibilities as a technical leader all the way up to the enterprise companies like Sun Microsystems, before moving back to Taiwan for Faraday Technology Corporations. He's made key contributions to the advanced processors throughout his career, including the Sun Ultrasparc T1 and T2, and also led the CPU DSP task force for Faraday Technologies as their chief architect. In 2004, he and colleagues Frank Well Lin and Ming Kai Tsai decided to found Andes Technology, and Charlie became the company's very first employee. He established their R&D and technical marketing organizations and has extensively promoted and established Asia's first patented and licensed processor IP families. Charlie's led Andes' team through a transformative change in 2016 where he incorporated RISC-V into the company's fifth generation, and this adoption of RISC-V ushered in a new chapter of growth for the company. He's a very engaged member of the RISC-V international community, which is actually where we first came to meet each other personally, and chairs the technical steering committees and is a regular presenter at the organization's conferences and often contributes his thought leadership about the advancement of RISC-V to blogs and articles. Charlie, I and my audience can't wait to learn about how the company began, how you're helping to drive the semiconductor industry and other technologies forward, and impact RISC-V is making on all of it. So with that preamble, welcome.
Thank you, Justin.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, my absolute favorite way to start these conversations with technical leaders like yourself is I'm always fascinated. What got you into engineering to begin with?
So before I go to college, I was very interested in math and science, actually very good at it. So then what happened, I go to college to get a double degree, bachelor, and also the master degree in computer science. And I in Taiwan, and then I went to US to get my PhD in Champaign-Urbana. So I think it's all because my interest in the science, math, and probably on top of that, my two elder brother also kind of in engineering. So that's kind of where they started. And what also interests me most is that I like to come up with solutions for complex and important problem, and also has actually implementing them. So that's kind of separated me the interest from engineering versus academic.
Got it. And if you wouldn't mind walking me through your career journey thus far and highlight pivotal decisions that or relationships that ultimately led you to becoming the co-founder of Andy Technologies.
So I started my career in Silicon Valley. I was there for 12 years. I working mostly on the architecture, modeling, and verification for all kinds of different state-of-art processor. So mostly doing engineering work. But I remember when I was in CQ, at some point I found that two colleagues, I kept debating something and they didn't uh, get a good result of that, and I kind of stepped up to help them to kind of resolve it. And from that point, I started getting interested in all the sense of kind of helping to managing, guide the team, guide more people to doing things together. So before I returned to Taiwan, I had experience of leading a team of up to 20 people. I was in Silicon Valley. And after I returned to Taiwan and joined Faraday, it's actually a design service company and with ARM licensee. In that time, Taiwan's government liked to invest and create a processor IP company because Taiwan at that time has a SoC industry, but there's no core. So government saying, okay, this is a good area for government to invest. So since I was in Faraday, and Faraday is very kind of closely with MediaTek, where the MK Chai was the chairman. So we put together a proposal. I covered the engineering part, technical part, and Frank Weil, the current CEO, Andes and MediaTek come out with the business proposal. So we got the funding from government. And so I come up with the name Andes. I joined as a first employee, and with about 20-something million investment and one person. That was me. So I started doing recruiting that time. Core team by hiring some people in the Silicon Valley and some in Taiwan. And so after a year or so, and Frank will join officially. But during the period of time, he helped to close the remaining part of funding, which government required us to kind of reach that 20-something million total investment.
Very cool. And for those that aren't familiar with Andes Technology, and what does the company do, and what types of applications and customers do you support?
Right. So Andes is a pure play CPU company. We are 19 years old now. So we started with our proprietary instruction set, and we do a lot of stuff, and that up to 3-generation architecture. In 2016, we adapt RISC-V officially, and so we kind of taking the innovation that we had with our proprietary architecture and add it on top of RISC-V, because RISC-V is extensible. So now we have over 20 RISC-V processor, and we are the leading player on RISC-V now. And our processor cover a wide range of applications. You can say from endpoint to cloud, such as general purpose MCU, NPU, and communication connectivity chip like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and also has a lot of storage customer, SD card and SSD, enterprise level to all the way to data center SSD, and 5G small cell, and also large scale AI machine learning customer used in a data center and Ades and computer vision. So we have automotive grade core and start to create new line of application. So I think we're pretty excited with our growth.
Well, as you should be. Those are some exciting sectors to be in. And Andes is clearly committed to creating a strong end-to-end semiconductor ecosystem, which can foster the democratization of other various technologies. Why do you believe the company plays such an important role in creating this ecosystem, and how does this benefit your customers?
So RISC-V is an open standard, like an open architecture, open standard with custom extensibility, and it already has been shaping the SoC industry. So from like Andes application, for example, in the finite state control, general purpose MCU, NPU, and also compute acceleration like data center, AI, and so on. I think the general purpose computing platform like PC, server, smartphone, it will be next. It's tougher, but RISC-V is coming in that market too. So because its openness, more and more company kind of jump into it. Large corporation, hyperscaler, small startup have new idea, and so on. And this with our 19 years dedication on process IP, we know how to offer the product that people want to implement their idea in SoC. So Andes is now we have accumulated over 14 billion Andes embedded SoC. That is a custom SoC using our processor, and also rich product portfolio. So I think we are the best position to put together the partner from over the ecosystem. Even RISC-V is defined open standard. Everyone should be compatible with each other, but still there's some feature here and there. People want to, for example, the ecosystem partner is important, whether they actually supporting your platform or not. So that's very important. So customers, they come with Andes, they can be sure that they would get a mature RISC-V processor with the best custom engineering support and also the best ecosystem with pre-integrated and pre-verified ecosystem. Just to give an example, Andes is probably the first one to get the fully certified automotive grade core 26262. And we put together a couple leading vendor in the field for AutoSAR, for the certified compiler, and also tool together, and we bring them to our customers. So I think these are so-called experienced automotive vendor, but there's a lot of because there's a lot of new application in automotive, so new vendor coming. With we kind of put together the ecosystem together that really can help to enable everyone who has the same functionality, but now they just need to make it automotive grade, able to do that. So that can do as part of the democratizing SoC design.
Absolutely. Can you share one of the most exciting or impressive innovations you've seen a customer create as a direct result of leveraging Andes technologies recently?
Okay, so it had to be Meta's MTIA chip, Meta's Training Inference Accelerator. So I think it already Meta already probably talking about it in academic paper, and also they're broad and quite. I think everyone should be aware of that. So that SoC using 128 RISC-V processor from Andes, and half of them is vector processor, half of them is scalar. You can control the accelerator and issue the command and so on. So because AI machine learning application, the software stack up there, the AI compiler, and need to kind of compile and go to the execute on the processor, and also for this kind of AI chip, customers usually have a lot of hardware accelerator to accelerate, let's say, metric multiplication, other activation function, and so on. So they want to have them map to instruction so that the AI compiler can do the good job. So they need the tool able to enable them to tightly couple the processor and the hardware accelerator. And this is a very powerful weapon, which is Andes custom extension framework. So that help them to achieve that much easier.
Wow. Very, very cool. And at the RISC-V summer back or RISC-V summit in November, there was talk of one of our mutual partners, Accelera, highlighted why they chose to partner with Andes to develop their flagship product. In your experience, what elements make for a successful partnership?
So I think from the most basic, you need to have a great and solid product to attract customers like that, because they all go to the most advanced process. So so they really need a good track record. And this not only having the mature product, we also have good track record to help customers to go to production. That means whenever they have any issue in using our processor, we know kind of work with them and how and also understand their question and know what they need. So working with customer closely and listen to customer requests, I think that's one of the root of us. So and also that pure play CPU IP vendor is very important, because we know Andes being 19 years, so the first 10 years is not easy, but we went public at 12 years. So so a lot of IP company, especially process company, they kind of halfway through and they think, oh, it's tough. They want to do something in parallel. They want to do the chip design and they start competing with their customer. And they are not focusing to doing everything that the IP vendor is supposed to be, like supporting customer documentation, you name it, everything. Yeah, so pure play means a lot, and especially we are pure play CPU vendor for 19 years. We never change our course.
Absolutely. And something that really resonated with me when talking about what makes a good partnership is not much different than what makes a good marriage, and that's communication is key. So, Andy's been one of the most proactive and prolific members of the RISC-V community, with involvement in BOD, technical steering commitments, and sharing task groups. Why does Andes believe that RISC-V is so crucial to advancing technologies such as AI and machine learning and accelerated compute?
In emerging markets like AI and machine learning, I think RISC-V extensibility is a great weapon. So in a lot of places, I would say we almost never met for this large-scale AI machine learning customer because RISC-V's vector extension is very powerful. It can go up very wide, and also it has a capability to more programmability. So that probably one of the best weapon that RISC-V had. So vector extension one, and also extensibility. I talked about earlier, like Meta, they're using our custom extension framework. We call Andes Automated Custom Extension, or ACE, so that customer can extend the instruction to work tightly with their hardware accelerator. For example, like I said earlier, matrix multiplication. A lot of transformer needed function like softmax and other activation function. So with the RISC-V's extensibility, so we are able to provide this kind of tool and automate it so that allow customers to add instruction. That's very important. And like transformer and large language model is kind of the state of the art, and it continue to evolve. So you don't just having a fixed instruction and then you are able to handle it. For example, I see many kind of activation functions. So if you just having fix that as part of the fixed RISC-V standard instruction, but now new errors will come up. You need something else. If you don't have this kind of extensibility, if you don't have ACE tool like ACE to automate this custom extension for customer, you're not able to provide a very good solution. And not to mention that the data format continue to kind of move ahead. For example, bflow 16 and also FP8. So those data formats probably come out just last couple of years, and so and RISC-V certainly like to consider them into a standard, but our customer usually move faster than the RISC-V standard. So this automated tool for custom extension allow our customer with innovation they can kind of move ahead to with the latest standard. I mean, in terms of the data format.
Got it. And now, I believe very strongly in the fundamental importance of democratizing AI, machine learning, and accelerated compute, which RISC-V helps to enable. What's your position on the democratization of these technologies?
So Andes actually has been democratizing SoC design. Basically, I mean, we provide one of the most important components of SoC, the processor, and we provide the custom extension so that either they can using Ades to inside Ades to accelerate, create a logic to accelerate their function, or they can work with the external component if they already existing, so they can work closely, so that you don't need to kind of come out to the bus and contend with other different access and before you can reach the hardware accelerator. So that latency is very important here. So this is a general sense because our Ades also used by customer like storage, communication, for example. And for machine learning, I think Andes has a good base with a vector processor. Actually, Andes is the first to offer the RISC-V licensable vector processor, and we continue to move ahead. So the first generation is 512 bits per instruction, and it can have up to 4 results generating. And the second generation now we have a 1024-bit vector processor with up to 6 results to be generated every clock cycle. And so, and it's not only used by like hyperscaler like Meta, it's also used by some large-scale AI problem solving in the edge, like Ades, like computer vision, and so on. So it's really able to help more design house in an affordable way, but provide very good solution for them to solve the problem.
Wow. Well, at our last count, there were over 200 hardware companies focused on AI, machine learning, and accelerated compute hardware. How do Andy's solutions help customers create differentiated solutions and compete in an increasingly crowded market?
Right, this is a very good question. It's certainly that many companies. I don't think all of them going to survive or become a big one. But what Andes can do is, from the computation perspective, we offer the base, which is the vector processor, to kind of help accelerate the so-called how to accelerate part. So maybe we look at the other direction. So most of the ML company, they will have their metric multiplication acceleration. So that's kind of the given. So for CNN models stage, metric multiplication cover like 80% of computation. And when transformer come, well, they still have a lot of computation is done in metric multiplication, but a lot of other activation functions like softmax, Janu, and so on, they execute more often, so they become very important as well. So that's why the base start to kind of increase. So one way to handle those is making them as instruction. So you do that as an extension, so that you have metric multiplication cover 50% of the computation, and another hardware acceleration, the big block, softmax, that type of thing cover maybe 30%. But you still have a lot of remaining smaller component, less structural, but they have parents there, and you need to speed up them to get the overall good performance. So that's where the RISC-V vector process come into play. And so that part we do our best to help customer to cover that part of the workflow. And but even so, our processor has a lot of different configuration. So we offer customers many different choices depending on their SoC design. So the rest of they have to. I mean, I think we offer the best we can, and then customers have to do their part to be competitive on the market.
Part of his CTO's role is staying ahead of technology trends. And so I'm excited to hear, where do you see AI and machine learning growing the most or the fastest in the next 12, 24 months?
So it's a hard question. I don't have this magic crystal ball, but from what I see, uh, certainly the AI machine learning started from the data center, the hyperscaler, and also the innovative stuff they invested, and so on. So we from our customer perspective, we see that coming first, and then now a lot of Edge AI application come up, like Ades, surveillance, computer vision, and also robotics and so on. So I think AI machine learning is going to go everywhere. So though the application I mentioned is probably something that people can see, normal people can see, but there are a lot of other AI machine learning is to use to improve infrastructure, like small cell, like networking optimization. There are already people talking about using a transformer model to reduce traffic and can help to improve overall quality of service. Um, so I think it's kind of exciting, and not to mention that the EDA tool also started using machine learning to help to deny. So using AI to deny AI chip.
That so shifting gears a little bit, Andes has team members in offices in Taiwan, the US, Canada, China, Europe, even Israel. What do you believe some of the advantages are of having such a geographically and culturally distributed team?
I need to clarify a little bit. So for some place, is we have sales office there, or we have a rep there, but still we do have I mean our development team, for example, we actually spread. We have 5 different design centers. Uh, so I think it comes from because Taiwan's talent market is quite competitive, and more international company also come here to compete. So we simply couldn't find enough talent just in Taiwan alone. So we grew out design team, design center, where we can find key man or key team. And once we have that, we just kind of grow a team based on that those key men or key team. So it's necessary. I think that the only way to if you want to continue to grow. Um, so as for multicultural organization, I think I think having a team with people come from different cultural background is probably helpful when you can solving a complex problem, because you look sometimes you need to look at problem from different angle. If you having people always thinking the same way, maybe sometimes you're going to stuck at some point. But certainly the culture is one thing, but they need to be good process engineer.
Got it. So something that was born out of necessity has really helped advance the company. What kinds of technical and non-technical traits or qualities do you look for in members of your technical teams?
So sometimes hard to differentiate this, but for the non-technical part, I think you need to have logic thinking, good communication skill, teamwork spirit. Teamwork spirit meaning that when team get together to discuss a solution, uh, you need to look at it as a project. I mean, I expect everyone to look at it as a project level. So what is the best uh, the task to do for the project? And after we look at that and then decide, okay, then that task going to fall to someone or some teams the shoulder. That's the best way to find a solution, instead of you start to uh, push back if the task is going to go to your shoulder. so uh, so that non-technical, I guess. Technical part certainly. Um, I mean, we are doing the process IP, so everyone needs to be familiar with the process architecture, understanding hardware and software um, interaction. Even for hardware engineer, they need to understand that, because even though they don't write compiler, they don't write OS, they need to understand all different states working with each other, and spatial instruction, how does it work, and so on. And they also know when to, for example, when they encounter design or verification or whatever issue, they know when to dig further by themselves and when to stop to ask for help, because there's always has a project project schedule consideration. So digging yourself, that's the best way to learn. But when there's time constraint, that's also very important. So it's more like engineering. Yeah, I don't know that fall into your technical category.
And what would you say to an engineer or technical leader who might be considering joining the company? How would you describe the company's mission?
I think Andes attract um, our talents by first positioning our company uniquely, and also we continue to do interesting projects. Right? So we have that. So how do we position ourselves? So Andes is we are not a startup anymore. But even when we will start, we are not growing super fast and have to lay off a bunch of people when they figure out the market isn't ready yet. So we look at market very seriously. Um, uh, and we grow the company reasonably. But that said, the past 2 years during pandemic, I think we grow probably 2x of R&D. So, but I know, I mean, some stuff they probably grow 2x in 1 year. so, so that we can say we are a little bit conservative, but as a public company, I think we do it reasonably aggressive. And the next is, and it's positioning us differently than us other company, is that we focus on product and customer. So we choose a couple. I mean, RISC-V is a lot of companies doing different things, like even processor, right? But I think we aim to choose a couple important application to develop, to be the first one to develop that kind of processor, such as DSP, vector processor, first one to have a full certified automotive grade processor. But we are not able to cover another other area to be a number one. But I think that's good enough, because those are the important market for us, and we grow based on that instead of shooting for the hype, but the market isn't there. And also for customer part, I think customer engineering is very important. So we listen to customer requests and we accumulate experience to help customer to finish their project and even go to production. So I think that's kind of Andes as a company. And when the talent they come, I think they look at some of our record, like that many years how we grow, and we grow the company reasonably, and we have very good custom production record, like 14 billion past in the 2023. And so that's kind of in the company's how do I say the impression to the outside, and we continue to do interesting projects. So we grow complex series, we grow vector processor, we grow all the older core. So I think that we cover pretty much everything. So the rest would be kind of compensation, but right. But I mean, the good people, they would look at company as this kind of character, and also whether there's interesting work for them to do.
Well, Charlie, you shared a lot with us. How can people get in touch with you if they're either interested in learning more about Andes as becoming a customer, building a partnership, or even joining the company?
For potential customer, You can contact us at sales@andestech.com, or you can find all our global office in our website under About and Global Office. And to join Ades, I think can find a lot of position in About career. And partnership, actually, we have a lot of partnership, but you never had enough partner, right? Like ARM has thousands, we probably had a couple hundred, right? But all the ARM partner will be a good partner for RISC-V. So you can contact me directly on LinkedIn, and I can direct you to because I directly running the marketing team, especially technical marketing team, can direct you to the right marketing manager to kind of work with you. So we hopefully looking forward to have more partners to grow the RISC-V together. Because I think that RISC-V has a great future with the capability to democratizing the SoC or chip design.
Absolutely. Well, Charlie, we are incredibly thankful for the time that you've shared, and we're excited to see you and Andes continue to make advancements in the RISC-V space and continue to democratize AI and other technologies. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Justin. Thanks for having me.